The following video is brought to you by the guys at the Wrecking and Racing Podcast, a NASCAR podcast made by the fans for the fans. Check them out at www.wreckingandracing.com, facebook.com/wreckingandracing, and Twitter at Wrecking and Racing. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Motorsport Manager. And when we last left off, we went to the Ardennes, and Falco had a win. Laura had a race to remember as well. Almost a double team podium. Pretty cool stuff. But today we are taking on Vancouver, Canada, where our medium speed corners are crucial, our spoiler is crucial, and the engine is useful. It says it's going to rain during the race, which is going to suck if it does. We only have Ultra and Super Softs to choose from, but a high tire wear. So I'll practice on the Supers and then use the Ultras for qualifying. Should be fine. Let's take a look at our pit crew. And we have Yuji Hara on the front tires and, well, the driver's rear. And Yuji Hara isn't that good. I probably could swap out for Ebihara. Why not? Maybe Ebihara won't make a mistake. We want to keep our pit stops nice and cool. And 71 and 79. Let's get out Shikita for Kabeya. So we should get some good all-around pit stops as far as that's concerned. All right, car repair is done, and we only have a few things to repair on the car before we top everything off. So there we go. Both of our brakes are topped off, engine is topped off, gearbox is topped off, spoiler is topped off, and our suspension is topped off. So basically, we're going to max out as many parts as we can here. Taking a look at the sponsors, we've got 2 slots available here, and then another slot opens up after next race. Second for everything, there's a bonus payment for qualifying and the race for $1 million. I don't think the $100,000 is worth it, especially since we're not going to Germany, I don't believe. We're going to Vancouver and Japan. So the Germany bonus is not worth it. So I'm thinking let's try to get another sponsor quicker. We can get, it's the same level and only $300,000 less. And I don't think I'm going to take second or above anyway. So let's go ahead and take that sponsor and then just rotate that through. And we'll wait until we get our third sponsor opportunity there in slot 5. There we go. Hopefully we can get some upfront payment up in this piece. So yes, a 4th or above, 5th or above, 6th or above. And this $1 million upfront payment is very nice. We can probably afford to build another part with that. And 800 grand, it's the same thing as Chiffre. So Condor Telecoms, and be careful how you say that. You might say something bad. 8-race deal, we'll go ahead and take it. $1 million in the bank. So we have one more race for that to open up, and we lose 1.6 per race. So do we try to design a brand new part here? Looks like the engine and the brakes. We could probably do brakes. We can get up to good level brakes, and this will be our first good part. And considering where we are, why not? Tire wear improved, deceleration plus 20, we'll take that. Deceleration plus 40 during qualifying, reliability. Man, this sucks. I mean, sure, we'll have awesome brakes for qualifying, but that's not going to help us during the race. Reliability and red zone plus 35%. Holy crap. No, we don't want that. Why in the world would we want to make brakes that break? I don't want to cheat, though. So we'll take the plus 40 during qualifying. Or you know what? Do we just cancel that and build something else? I mean, I don't like the new brakes. All right, so reliability, high-speed corners plus 10, reliability plus 10, then a high-speed corner. Ooh, 40 to max. It takes an extra 5 days, but you know what? That'll give us an amazing rear spoiler for 650 grand. So we'll use that bonus money that we got from that fairly well. And then once this performance work is done in the shop, we'll go ahead and swap our focus. Yes, Wood retiring at the end of the season. Not sure. Don't care. All right, so both of those are done. Both of those are done. Oh, so we're not technically done. There we go. All right, so parts. Let's work on our spoiler then to 655 and 631. And the suspension is topped off. So let's work on our rear spoiler, get as much as we can out of it. Factory staff is idle. No, they're not. I know our target is done. All right, the design on the spoiler is finished. Indeed. We can go ahead and assign our engineers to that, get them working on that. All right, our next spoiler is a 705 max. That's going to be good, and we need to get that repaired as soon as possible, please. And just work on that repair as much as you can. I don't think it'll be ready before we go to Vancouver, but we can take a look-see. All right, so fourth or above, 800 grand. Let's go ahead and give it a try then, old Condor. All right, on and on, on and on, on and on. 67 is not exactly where I would like it to be. So next race, we'll definitely put on that new spoiler, and then on and on. So we are all set. I will go ahead and practice and qualify and see you for the race. All right, ladies and gentlemen, qualifying is done, and we are first and third. Thanks to a cheeky little break in the rain in Q3, there was enough time that if I sent out Falco on Ultra Softs right as the rain was ending, I would have enough time to complete a lap before the next big rainstorm came in. And that's exactly what I did. Unfortunately, we are locked on fresh ultra soft tires. I used soft tires in Q2 doing my standard see if we can get by strategy, and they locked us on these anyway, so no worries. But weather looks clear through lap 7. Track grip is going up, so I'm not going to push these guys too awful hard after the initial start. But let's go ahead, start the race here. Everyone else is on older ultra soft tires, and we have a set of ultras to spare. So let's give her a go. Of course, we need to make sure our tires stay in fairly decent shape, but I'm anticipating a pit stop fairly quickly with these ultra softs. The tire wear through the roof will push these tires to their limits, and I'm hoping if Falco can break free and have a good, consistent first few laps here, he can sort of break away from the pack. And even Enrica is fighting back for second place. If we can get clear of the pack here, we should be fine. Car setups were like 96 and 98%, so we are definitely on point as far as the car setup is concerned, and track grip continues to increase. So at least for the life of these tires, which isn't going to last long, we're already going to have to go back to neutral, but we should be able to switch to our super softs, which is what I have the performance geared to. We have the super soft tires are 15 or 5% faster because practice we had to do a lot on intermediates and wets, and I actually got wets up to level 3. So if this looked like a rainy looking race, I would have definitely chose that, but you know, the first half of the race at least looks to be fairly dry. So, you know, I think our super soft strategy will be fine. So far so good. Plenty of fuel in the tank, and it looks like Falco is actually short a lap. So maybe Falco will be the first one on pit road, but I'm happy to see that Enrica is still holding her own in third, and Falco is just selling in, getting that nice gap, and that's really good to see here. Tires may be a thing though, and I want to make sure that if we pit, our entire next run on super softs are going to last the whole stint. I don't want to pit for just one lap on super soft tires. I want to get the most out of the run, and it doesn't look like rain is creeping up. It may be a later in the race sort of deal, but we should be fine at least for the next 4 laps or so. Now, certainly, we're going to top off on fuel, but we are not going to be down on fuel. It's going to be down on tires. That's going to really force us down pit road. And Enrica's sort of slipping back just a bit in 6th. That's fine. She's still in the points, which is pretty good. She's up here with the rest of these ultra soft tires that are getting chewed, so we are certainly not the only ones who are seeing our fair share of tire wear. Fair share tire wear. That's pretty good. I don't think I could do any better if I tried. So 44% on the tires. I'm thinking only 2 more laps or so before Falco comes down to pit road. And I mean, since fuel isn't going to be close, we might want to pit Lara first. It really depends on her battle. That way she can sort of break free of all of these cars, and I think that will be the kicker. So next lap, what I'll do is I'll tell Lara to really go for broke and pit her the next time by. Yeah, she's dropping back. She definitely needs to pit for sure. We'll go ahead and tell her to push, try to maintain this speed as best she can, and then as soon as she gets past pit road, we're going to tell her to stop. Like so. And then she will be on the super softs. We'll fill up. Put all 5 laps in. A 12-second pit stop. No need to push anything. And then for Falco, I think we can actually conserve just a touch. We're not really under a whole lot of pressure, and we don't want to splinter the tires. We want them to go around just one more time here. And now that Enrica is in the red, coming back around, we'll drop her to neutral when she rounds the turn here. And then as far as Falco is concerned, go ahead and pit next time, Falco, for your super soft tires. Fill up the car as much as possible and go ahead and pit. So Enrica down on pit road, mistake on the front left tire. Hopefully not too costly, a 3.3 second mistake, unfortunately, for that pit stop. He does need firing, Enrica. Now hopefully he doesn't make that same mistake when Falco is coming around. But we've stretched it out enough. We do have a little bit of a lead. We're going to be on pit road. Okay, you guys, nice and smooth. There you go. And topped off. So Falco down and away. He's going to come out in 10th. And there is a group of 6 cars in front of us that still have to pit. Looking at the rain situation, I think we're going to be sitting pretty. We can run the whole length on these super softs, and that's where we've really worked. We've got a 5% increase on super soft tires, so I think this is where we're going to be. Unfortunately, Lara had to deal with that 3-second mistake. If she didn't, I mean, she would be in front of all of these cars. But Falco picking and choosing his way up. Really no need to push the tires. We're sort of running our race. Falco is the first one on fresh tires, and these guys in front of him have already made their pit stop, and they are looking to where they're going to have to pit again an extra time. So that's where we're going to make up a whole lot of time for sure if these guys have to come in and we can stretch it. So Falco up to 4th. Enrica jumps up to 12th. So still not in the points, but Enrica's tire wear is looking okay. I think she'll balance out with these ultra soft tires here as long as she paces herself well, which we kind of have to hope for. Yeah, 3rd place is pitting, but we're not. We're staying out on the track. Just a nice moderate run. And Falco should pick up the top 3, and in fact the top 2. And the leader is on ultra softs, 3.6 seconds in front of us, and if he has to pit, I mean, what's he going to do? He's going to have to stretch a set of super soft tires for another, extra 14 laps. Oh, that's why he's doing it. So the question is, how big of rain are we going to get? It looks like the track will start getting really, really wet in a few laps' time. Now, I don't want to pit Enrica too awful early. If she gets on intermediates too early, those tires will get chewed up. And I want them to sort of last the entire length of the race, and I'm not sure if they can. We'll go around once, maybe twice. So we're definitely getting as much as we can out of these. Let's go ahead and push on these tires just a little bit. We know we're not going to get the entire life out of them, so we might as well run harder. And rain is definitely going to pick up. It looks to be okay for a few laps time. So lap 15 should be fine to stay out for. If we come next time by for Enrica, we could try to get her on intermediate tires. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Enrica, go ahead and pit this time for some fresh intermediates. Go ahead and fill up 12 laps. So she's really going to have to stretch out the fuel for sure. We'll have to play it really conservative here on the fuel strategy. And then as soon as Falco is past pit road, we're going to come in for intermediates as well. All right, and then intermediates can handle medium amount of water on the track, and that seems to be what we are going to get. Now, Falco will have more than enough, well, I would say more than enough fuel, but he won't. All right, Falco, go ahead and attack this last lap. Get in as soon as possible, please. Down and away. Tires are on. Fuel is done. And Enrica, you can just ride, because the track is going to start to dampen up here. And then as far as Falco is concerned, he's going to be on pit road just as the track loses its grip. So Falco on pit road. We've got the decent strategy here. So there we go. And we don't need to push, I don't believe, on these tires. So rain will continue to be a factor. This is exactly where we are going to be running here. I don't really want to push. We've got 10 laps to go on these things, and I'm not sure if we can go 10 laps on a set of inters. Now, those guys 10 seconds in front of us, they're going to have to come down. They're going to start losing a lot of grip. So their intermediates are going to be 1 lap fresher than Falco's. And Cruz is chewing through her intermediate tires fairly well. So she's up there. If she can't make her inters last, that's going to be a pretty big travesty. But the track is getting damp enough that these intermediates are going to take hold. All right, go ahead and push. We're starting to lose some tire temperature here. So 9 laps to go, 77% on the tires. Virtual safety car. All right, so for the next 65 seconds, it will be under yellow. Falco is already past pit road. But if Enrica can guarantee that she finishes the race on her intermediate tires, I mean, why not? Because she's out of the points anyway, and I don't know if she's going to get up and actually pass these guys. So while we are slow, we will put on our next set of intermediates. We don't need any fuel. But let's put in an extra lap just to be sure. All right, an 8-second pit stop. And then as far as Falco goes, conserve, conserve, conserve. All right, so Enrica is going to be on pit road with the safety car. Hopefully she can get down and away before the safety car ends. And she will. So she's up to 16th with very fresh. With very, very fresh tires. So Falco is in the lead. Sevilla 4 seconds back. And I'm feeling pretty good about Enrica. I think she can go the rest of the way on her tires. She's 30 seconds back, which puts her within the range of catching someone on pit road. So that's going to be the strategy I think that we employ for Enrica, is keep her out, have her the absolute freshest tires possible, and then if any of these guys in front of her crashes, then she's going to be fine. Oh, Cruz crashed. Oh, that is huge. The teammate to Edgar Allan Poe has crashed. 7 laps to go, 74% on the tire wear. We're maintaining decent temperature. And Enrica looks to be in pouncing distance. If any of these guys have to pit in the next 6 laps, Enrica is just going to drive on by. I think that was a very opportunistic virtual safety car, for sure. We just need to keep Falco out. 6 laps to go, 67% on the tires, and I think we're sitting pretty. I think Sevilla is on the same strategy as us. All right, Falco, go ahead and go neutral. Try to keep that tire wear managed, if you please. We're great on fuel. We don't need any fuel. We're in the catbird seat. And I think even Lara can come out of this with a really good points day. We're counting on all of these guys to pit. Lara's made her 3rd pit stop, and she's got a good 10 to 20% extra tire wear in the bank. We can probably push her a little bit as well. Falco, I mean, we're maintaining. When he'll cross the line with like 6% tire wear to go or something like that, I mean, it's going to be really close. We'll just have to sort of play it by ear. I don't want to pit and give up all of this track time for a quick tire change. So 4 laps to go, 53% on the tires. I like it. We'll just keep on keeping on here. Anyone else pitting in front of Lara? Maybe. She's about to get her tires into the red, though. We'll maintain pace. We'll hold out hope here. And Sevilla isn't really closing. Sevilla is probably using up more tires trying to catch us. So we'll just maintain pace. 3 laps to go, 47% on the tires. 3.4. Sevilla might be pushing just a little bit. So Floridi has actually pitted for ultra soft tires. I don't think that's gonna be the right call there, Floridi. All right, coming to 2 laps to go, and Sevilla is trying to catch up. So I'll turn up the heat just a touch. How's part condition? No, we don't want to turn up the parts. So 2 laps to go. Falco has 40% on his tires. And I was counting on more of these guys to pit, if I'm honest. I mean, there they go. Now they're pitting. Push everything you got there, Enrica. So she's going to be surrounded by guys on ultra soft tires and really worn out tires. And I think she can really make something happen here in the next couple laps. Yeah, she's in a very spirited battle for sure. All right, final lap. I don't think we need to push 2.7. 2.6. Keep your eyes out of the mirror, Falco. 2.5. Tell you, Enrica's going for broke. I don't know if she'll be able to pass any more here, but the important thing is Falco is going to come around to take the checkered flag. Another win for Falco. And unfortunately, Enrica might not be able to get a top 10 out of it. You know, not a bad drive. That was strategy and getting caught out. And that terrible pit stop, if she was 3 seconds ahead, she would be like, she wouldn't be quite in the points, but I think she could have made up a couple more spots. But the good thing is, Cruz crashed. And even Poor didn't finish in the points. So a pole position bonus for Falco. On top of the race win for Falco. We're going to start chewing into that lead pretty well. Really, really happy about that for sure. Of course, we didn't break any rules. We don't need to break rules to win. Haha. So there we go. 12 points total. The extra bonus for the pole. And crits dropped down 2 places. So Laura did get a top 10 out of it. I mean, no points, but good for morale for sure. So Falco is now 3 points out of the Drivers' Championship behind Minzy and 1 behind Cruz. That was devastating for Cruz and Poor as far as that's concerned. And 12 points behind in the team championship. basically, if we have another race like we just had, we would be tied. We caught up a lot to Hammer. This is not over. Not by a long shot, ladies and gentlemen. We have 4 races to go, and the championship is definitely within reach in our very first year in International GT, and that is, I'm not going to lie, that's way beyond my expectations. I thought we were going to just peter around in 8th, 10th. I mean, I thought it was going to be over. Excellent. 6% morale. Nice. Enrica always improves. Falco's still doing good. Of course, the chairman is always happy. And we only lost $1 million that race. We're starting to cut the budget a little thin, though. I am not going to lie. With 4 races to go, our pocketbook is not looking good. We need a really big payout in our sponsor right here in slot 2. Luckily, we've got slot 2. Then we kind of have to float 2 races. We might dip into the red until slot 3 opens up, and hopefully we can get a sign-on bonus that takes us to the end of the year. But next race is Yokohama, obviously modeled after Suzuka Circuit, so it should be pretty fun. Top speed acceleration and that spoiler that we just made will be absolutely crucial. Medium tire wear, though. But we could push our soft tires and do some strategy on them. Race looks a little bit rainy. Ugh. Yes, Falco won pole. Car condition is good. We'll do the interview. Falco is. He's won more races. Pit crew review, we had 1 mistake. Sparks fly between Hammer. And our scouting is done. Mia Lahtinen. Not so good. She's a pay driver, though. Oh, crap. She brings $536,000 for each race they're involved in. So we could pay her a bunch if, say, Falco retires or he wants too much. We'll go ahead and favorite her. I mean, why not? And then pit crew, Kabiya is looking a little weak. So we remove some fatigued crew. We're going to have some pretty terrible or slow tire changes for sure. But I don't want to spend any money on the pit crew. We're almost into the red. But that is going to do it for me in this episode of Motorsport Manager. Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking pretty. We are looking fine indeed. That's going to do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you for the next Motorsport Manager video. Take care.